What's up, my Makava lovers? That was fucking vile. I'm never saying that again. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing something a little different from my last couple of videos. I currently have one in the pipeline that's taking a little bit more time. In the meantime, gonna try something a little less scripted, a little bit more off the cuff, a little less conversation, a little more action, you know what I mean? So today we're talking about something very near and dear to my heart, is comments. Comment sections. And sometimes you can find some interesting, fun comment sections. I know of a channel on YouTube called Bacon_ with a bunch of Oblivion glitches and stuff. Very funny comment sections. I'm not talking about those. There's always the diamonds in the rough. That being said, sometimes you come across a comment that just rubs you in all the wrong ways. Rubs you like your old Uncle Terry used to do. And I'm gonna read one of those comments that rubbed me the wrong way. A little bit of context here. I was listening to some video game soundtracks, and the one for a great game called Nier Automata. Great soundtrack, great story. Those are the only reasons you would have to play it. There's a great track in the game called City Ruins. I was listening to it, and I was scrolling down through the comment section, and I came across this little gem, so I'm gonna read it for you real quick. I'm an audiophile. Music has a stronger effect on me than most people I've known, and this game wasted so much of my time. In a good way. I kid you not, it took me about 8 hours of game time to venture past the first city. I spent that long either just standing there taking in the music, running around aimlessly to get lost in mindless wandering, etc. I wasn't looking for secrets or getting familiar with the terrain. I wasn't doing anything. I just was. It wasn't until several hours in when I snapped to the realization that I just wanted to exist in the game. I was completely immersed and lost in just existing without a goal or objective or thought other than just being. And before I made any meaningful progress in the plot, I already understood her name in the game. I just wanted to be. Well, isn't that just mesmerizing? This theogonist of music, this theologian, this apostle of the musical arts. God, I just love the use of the word audiophile there. Really paints a picture of this guy running through a record store, finding the nearest stack of Fleetwood Mac albums, and just busting a fat load on him. This guy is not allowed within 100 yards of a Lollapalooza because he is a felony convicted audiophile. Now, don't get me wrong, I know it's a real term. And while an audiophile is somebody who can appreciate listening to high fidelity music and trying to recreate the perfect sound through audio systems, 100% the reason he's using that word is to just feel better than everyone else. There is comment after comment of people saying how much the soundtrack affected them or how great it was or how it stuck with them, but no. He needs to make sure that you can never even fathom being on the level that he's at. You will never stand where he stood for music. But this is just sort of the baseline of YouTube comments. One thing that just shows the level of arrogance people can get to when they leave comments is anytime there's a massive controversy, there's always a slew of people just leaving negative criticisms. Amongst those negative comments, you will always find one motherfucker who genuinely believes that this YouTuber with 10 million subscribers went out of their way to find this guy's comment and deleting it personally. The other thing that I've noticed quite frequently, smaller YouTube channels, checkmarks, verified channels popping up in comment sections. With the assumption that they've watched it, sometimes you can tell they're genuinely fans of a channel they're commenting on. But other times, my cynical side takes over. You can see these guys. They come in there with their generic ass comment, and then they'll just descend upon this bigger YouTuber's comment sections like ravenous flies lapping up your mac and cheese on a Sunday picnic. They'll get thousands of likes because a bunch of little kids see a check mark, so they feel they need to like it. Then hopefully, one of you will click on his channel to watch his unfunny Fortnite video where him and his friends talk over colored subtitles. And then it's mission accomplished, and back to sucking on the teat of that bigger YouTuber. It's just so abundantly transparent that I can't help but rolling my eyes. But I'm not the only one who clearly feels this way, because you can go in the replies of these comments, and it's full of people who actually have object permanence saying, "Hey Checkmark, Oh, it's you again. Stuff like that. They know what they're trying to do. And I think that's just what's so annoying about it, is just how obvious and crystal clear this whole operation seems to be. I put those people, though, in the same category as those copy-paste scum. You'll scroll down and it'll be the same comment, just copied and pasted 38 times. Somehow they all have thousands of likes. Like, did you not see the first 10?
Cease and desist.
Or did you think the joke was funny enough you had to like it 10 different times between 10 different accounts? And don't even get me started on the guys who will just take a timestamp and slam 3 fucking laugh emojis next to it. What have you brought to the experience? Maybe a less cynical person would say, well, they're just trying to have camaraderie. I call bullshit. I think they are the same level of mundane as the copy pasters who just want attention and they can't think of anything clever, so they're like, I guess I'll just put a part I like a lot. I hate the amount of dated, overused jokes that you will see repeated over and over and over. The one that really pissed me off for a while, and it's slowed down, but it's still around. You can still find examples of it, and this was a joke that was started in 2018, and it's the one where it's like, no one. Markiplier. E. It's one of those memes that was maybe cute the first 2 times I saw it, where it's like, oh, okay, I get it. 3 years later, you see 5 of them in the same comment section. It's like, okay, we could do better as a species. Speaking of jokes that are a decade dated but are still being used, let's talk about my favorite place, Reddit. I'm just frankly not a fan of Reddit. And just like YouTube, there's some nice places on there. r/world politics is the funniest thing I've seen in a very long time. I'm not declaring scorched earth, the emperor's wrath on the planet of Reddit. But how many times have you clicked on a video or a picture of a spider, and the first fucking comment you see from the Socrates of comedy, thousands of likes, hundreds of thousands of likes, more gold than you can shake a stranger at, burn the house down. Yep, we got it. That is funny the 1 millionth time. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And then we got the millennial Reddit terminology of chonkers, doggo, burb, updoots. Stop saying you spit your tea after something funny. You fucking didn't. You didn't spit anything. Why are you all having tea? But I guarantee you the most you did was like a huh.
Now this won't come as a surprise to anybody, but I would say the thing Reddit is more known for than plagiarizing and cannibalizing its own jokes is their penchant of refusing to be wrong. If Reddit has held an opinion for years, the minute it becomes uncool to think a certain way, they've been Jeremiah, screaming from the gates of the city, "Turn, O daughter of Babylon! Listen, heed my words! I have seen the future, and it is bleak!" But no one would listen. No one would see reason. Now that sounds sort of nebulous, so I'll give you a fine example of it. Look no further than Bethesda, where for years, if you mentioned Skyrim or Bethesda, people would come out of the woodwork to swaddle their nuts like a bald man's head. But the absolute minute Fallout 76 drops and is a massive catastrophe, everyone and their mother is saying how Bethesda's always been overrated, they're the worst company ever, Morrowind's trash, Oblivion's trash, I didn't even play Daggerfall, but I bet it's trash. And now the same exact thing has happened with CD Projekt Red. Beloved by Reddit for years, Cyberpunk drops, you can't even like Witcher 3 anymore. They've always been terrible. It's true, you don't have to like their games. Actually, I encourage you to hold your own opinion. But that being said, make it compelling that that's actually your opinion, and that you're not just making sure that you don't get caught during the Bethesda Inquisitions to get burned at the stake. That hive mind mentality just drives me crazy. In any capacity, really.
And that just leads me to think that Reddit is probably the biggest, ookiest cookie of all the circle jerks when it comes to opinions. But this isn't unique to Reddit by any means, but you'll constantly see if you side one way, in a positive sense, you're a bootlicker. If you side the other way, you're a hater. If you don't side at all, you're a fence sitter. And a lot of these people, there's just no winning. The only way to placate these people is to submit yourself to the 35-year-old Whovian hive mind. The last thing I'll say about Reddit, when somebody's asking a legitimate question, if you genuinely post a comment that just says, I have no idea the answer to this. Why are you responding? Why? You're not helping. You're not being funny. Some of the times, those are the most liked comments. Why did you like that? Because you don't know either? That doesn't make us closer to solving the problem. The next place we're gonna touch on is a place you won't admit you've been to, but we all know you have. I know you have. I see what you do at night. I see why there's a bottle of olive oil and napkins next to your bed. We're talking about porn comments. We're ripping that pasty right off. We're shedding a blue light into this dark realm. I remember somebody putting in a porn comment section, guys, I got a girlfriend. I no longer have to come to this website. And a bunch of people were cheering him on I don't know, Anal Fister 3000. But then you start to get to the weird side of things. Let me just say this loud and clear for everybody listening. If the first thing that you think when you're about to beat your meat is, I need to make an account on bigbootyBitchesCoveredInButter.com, and not only make an account, but leave a comment on a video you like of two people filming themselves in a very intimate spot, I already just don't trust you as a human. I'm just here to shamefully do my business and be on the rest of my day. He's leaving a comment that's like, God, I wish you could be her socks. And that just makes me want to be further away from you as I already am. I don't even know where you're at, but it's not far enough. Then you'll see ones too where some guy just is like, God, I'd love to have sex with her. No shit, guy. You're aroused and wish that you could have intercourse with somebody? Color me impressed. To those people out there who are leaving comments on porn websites, just maybe that's the sign that it's gone from something you have to just get out of the way every day to now something you are investing way too much thought and effort into. Maybe put all that energy towards getting laid, maybe? I don't know. Buy a fleshlight? I don't know what you do. Buy your super fuck drone 3000 to ravage your pussy for hours on end? Speaking of porn, let's go check in with Tumblr. And on 4chan?
I'm gonna say the N-word.
Some things never change. All right, let's check in on Twitter and Facebook. Dear Lord Jesus, Silicon Valley's on fire. And then there's Twitch chat, which is kind of a combination of all my complaints above, but just spammed repeatedly so that some person they never met will acknowledge their existence. So yeah, those are my very poignant, very original, never been said before complaints to the internet. I will be mailing them individually out to everyone who participates in any of these websites, so you can expect that soon. Look for it in the mail. Sign up to our newsletter, ring that newsletter bell or chimes. We'll see if any of this is salvageable. In the meantime, I appreciate you watching. You know the drill with the generic subscribe, the bell, and comment, like maybe, I don't know. All right, run along, little scamp. You've heard me complain long enough. Besides, I have to leave a comment on Stuck Stepsister 69 XXL Reloaded Double D 3D Triple D Side of Mayo Hold the Cheese. The Spin Cycle. Besides, I have a comment to leave on Stuck Stepsisters, Stuck Stepsis, Stuck Stepsis, Stuck Stepsis. Fuck! Stuck Stepsister 2, Stuck Stepsister, Stuck Stepsister, Stuck Stepsis, Stuck Stop!